Do you remember that feeling when you saw your first Rolex? Well, now you've finally reached that point in your life to actually buy one, the ultimate symbol of success. You strap it on, you feel the weight, and you admire the craftsmanship. Then someone glances at your wrist and they ask, "Is that real?" Gut punch, right? Here's something that'll really shake you. For every genuine Rolex, there are 50 fakes flooding the market. That's a staggering number, and it's shaking up the watch world. I'm Jason, and today we're jumping into the murky waters of fake Rolex watches. We're about to uncover how these counterfeits are doing more than just fooling buyers. They're potentially devaluing your authentic timepiece. Spotting a fake Rolex is harder than finding a genuine vintage Submariner at a garage sale. Facts. These replicas have become so sophisticated that even experienced collectors can't tell anymore. Picture this. You've got a genuine Rolex Submariner on your wrist that many consider the holy grail of dive watches, and it's setting you back a cool $11K or so. Now, a high-quality fake? You might snag one for just $500. And this is where the problem starts. Fakes become so good, it doesn't just affect the people buying them. No, it casts a shadow on every Rolex out there. That watch you saved years for, that symbol of your hard work and success, it's getting more skeptical glances than you probably think. Are genuine Rolex watches still a good purchase? Or investment for that matter in 2025? Unfortunately, the answer is more complicated than a simple yes or no. You have to look past just the price tag. There's an emotional cost that comes with owning a luxury watch in this age of super fakes. That thrill that you used to feel when you put on your Rolex, now it comes with a side of anxiety. It's not just in social situations. The fake market is growing rapidly, eroding trust in the entire Rolex brand. The secondary market is potentially riddled with fakes and becoming more challenging to navigate. Let's take a quick detour and talk about Louis Vuitton. For those old enough, remember when their monogram bags were the ultimate status symbol? Well, the flood of replicas changed all of that. Think back to the early 2000s. Every woman was scrambling to find a fake LV bag. It got so bad that women sporting their straight-up pajamas as their normal outfit with tangled and messed up, over-dyed hair and dragging their Adidas slides across Walmart floors had an LV bag on their shoulder. Because of this, it was actually assumed that Louis bags were fake instead of real. LV's reputation for exclusivity took a massive hit. Now, imagine that happening to Rolex. It's not just about the monetary value, it's about the prestige, the exclusivity, the very essence of what makes a Rolex a Rolex. When fakes become ubiquitous, it chips away at the brand's aura of luxury and rarity. Picture yourself at a social gathering, proudly wearing your hard-earned Rolex, only to have some people secretly wondering if it's genuine. That's the real danger we're facing. Will this be the same outcome for Rolex as it was for Louis Vuitton? It's a chilling thought that should make every watch enthusiast sit up and take notice. Listen, don't panic and start selling off your collection just yet. Rolex isn't backing down. In fact, you might be surprised to hear that this flood of fakes is actually pushing them to innovate in some fascinating ways. First, micro-etched crystals. Since 2002, Rolex has been adding a tiny, almost invisible crown logo to the crystal at the 6 o'clock position. This micro-etching is so small that you need a magnifying glass and the perfect angle of light to see it. It's a subtle yet powerful authentication feature that's incredibly difficult for counterfeiters to replicate accurately. Second, sophisticated case construction. Authentic Rolex watches feature solid middle cases with fluted screw-down case backs. They also use either twin lock or triple lock screw-down winding crowns, depending on the model, to ensure water resistance. These intricate design elements are another hurdle for counterfeiters. Third, certified pre-owned program. This gives buyers more confidence when purchasing pre-owned Rolex watches, ensuring authenticity and quality. But here's the question. is Rolex really doing enough? Should Rolex be more aggressive in their anti-counterfeiting efforts? Or would that compromise the classic, timeless nature of their watches? Let's explore some potential innovations that could take their anti-counterfeiting game to the next level. Blockchain authentication. Imagine a future where each Rolex watch comes with a unique digital signature stored on a blockchain. This could create an unalterable record of ownership and authenticity, making it nearly impossible for counterfeiters to create convincing fakes. App integration. While Rolex has stayed true to its mechanical roots, they could potentially incorporate smart technology in subtle ways. For instance, an NFC chip hidden in the watch could allow instant verification via a smartphone app. Advanced materials. Rolex could develop proprietary alloys or materials that are extremely difficult to replicate. They could have unique properties visible only under specific conditions, serving as both a technological advancement and an authentication feature. Horological elements. Incorporating microscopic horological elements onto the dial or bezel could add another layer of authenticity that's visible only under certain lighting conditions or magnification. And last, AI-powered authentication. Rolex could develop an AI system that can instantly spot fakes by analyzing high-resolution images of watches, making it easier for buyers and sellers to verify authenticity. Remember, despite all of these challenges, Rolex is still dominating the market. We're talking 44% of the secondary market. Not just impressive, that's a strong statement to the brand's enduring appeal and the effectiveness of their anti-counterfeiting measures. Now, here's where it gets really interesting and potentially more controversial. It's the people who actually seek out fake Rolexes. These aren't just a bunch of bargain hunters, although that does apply to some of them. No, a lot are on a mission to challenge the luxury watch industry. Imagine someone who's fed up with the exclusivity, the waiting list, the astronomical prices. They see a fake Rolex as their way of flipping the bird at the whole system. On the surface, it might feel like a win. They're sporting something that looks like an $11,000 watch, but they only paid $500. But here's where it gets interesting and potentially more controversial. For some of these rebel buyers, there might not be any shame at all. They don't see the need to drop $11,000 on a luxury watch. What they want is the cachet, the status symbol, and they get that with a fake. So really think about it. How does it feel to wear a fake? When someone compliments your watch, does your heart skip a beat, but not out of pride? When you're surrounded by watch enthusiasts, do you suddenly feel the urge to change the subject when they start discussing the finer details? Living with a fake, no matter how good it looks or how justified you feel, means living in a world of deception. It's like rolling up to your high school reunion in a rented luxury car, feeling on top of the world, until your old classmate who works at a rental company loudly asked you, "You enjoy the weekend special rate?" In an instant, your carefully crafted image shatters. You're not just caught in a lie, you've become that guy, the person everyone whispers about behind your back. That moment of glory is now gone. It's followed by the soul-crushing weight of embarrassment. That's the emotional roller coaster of wearing a fake Rolex. And let me tell you, that feeling, it's not confidence. It's anxiety slowly eating away at you. The luxury watch world can seem unfair, even infuriating at times. But is it worth sacrificing your integrity? But before we go any further, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on fake Rolex watches? Have you ever been tempted to buy one? Or maybe you've had a run-in with a counterfeit. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm curious to see where you stand. Let's muddy the waters a bit more and talk about Homage watches. These are the watches that take inspiration from iconic designs but aren't outright copies. They're not trying to pass themselves off as Rolexes. They're more like Rolex adjacent. So what's the difference between an homage and a replica? It's all about intent. An Homage watch might have a similar design to a Submariner, but it'll have its own branding, its own identity. It's not trying to fool anyone. It's more of a nod to a classic design. At the end of the day, some people consider Homage watches a fair compromise, while others consider them just fakes with better PR. Some viewers watching this might think, what's the harm in buying a fake? It's not like I'm stealing directly from Rolex, right? The counterfeit industry isn't only about the watches. It's often linked to some serious problematic practices. I'm talking exploitative labor, environmental damage, and even organized crime. When you buy a fake, forget the watch. You're potentially supporting a whole network of illegal activities. And it goes beyond that. Every time someone buys a fake Rolex, it's a blow to the innovation and craftsmanship that goes into the real thing. It's like telling watchmakers, your skills aren't worth paying for, bud. Think about it. It's similar to pirating movies or music instead of buying them. Sure, you might get to enjoy the product, but you're not supporting the artists, directors, and teams who poured their talent and hard work into the creative art. So what can you do to protect yourself and your purchase? Don't worry, I've got some solid advice for you. First, always, and I mean always, buy from authorized dealers. Yes, you might pay a premium, but think of it as insurance for your peace of mind. Learn to spot the signs of a fake. We're talking about the weight of the watch, the smoothness of the second hand's movement, the quality of the engraving. And if you do decide to buy outside of an AD or you're buying pre-owned, then get it authenticated by an expert. It's worth the extra step and money, I promise. Lastly, keep your paperwork, the original box, everything. Not only does it prove authenticity, but it can significantly boost your watch's value if you choose to resell it down the line. The world of luxury watches is changing rapidly, and the rise of high-quality fakes is posing some serious challenges. But armed with the right knowledge, you can navigate this and not get burned. Now, here's a mind-bending fact that really puts things into perspective. During the time it takes for you to watch this video, approximately 5 genuine Rolex watches will be meticulously crafted. But brace yourself. In the same time frame, a whopping 228 replicas will flood the market. That's 38 fake Rolexes churned out every single minute. It's a staggering number that truly highlights the scale of this counterfeit crisis. By choosing authentic over fake, you're not just protecting your investment. You're preserving an art form that's been perfected over centuries. You're standing against this tidal wave of counterfeits and supporting the true craftsmanship that goes into every genuine Rolex. If this video opened your eyes to a world of counterfeit watches, hit that like button. And if you want to stay up to date with all things luxury watches, subscribe to the channel. Over 90% of our viewers aren't subscribed, and it makes a huge difference for us, and it doesn't cost you a penny. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Are you shocked by the sheer volume of fake Rolexes flooding the market? How do you think this impacts the luxury watch industry as a whole? Let's get a real discussion going. And if you want to dive deeper into the world of luxury watches, check out our video on The Fall of Rolex, What Went Wrong. Link in the description. It's an honest look at the brand and frustrations among collectors with modern Rolex. Until next time, we'll see you.